views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect Code 4 management, its sponsors, or its goat farm. This show is hosted by two security guards, and nothing should be taken seriously.
3170 Papa,
Uncensored, raw, and personal. It's time for Security Code 4 with Victor Rivera and Powerman MC.
There we go. We're live.
We're back at it?
We're back at it. Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go again. Security Code 4,
Yes.
Episode 2.
More Code 4.
Yeah, more Code 4. You know what? I had a list, and it was actually in my head. I forgot to write it down, but last week I did not give any shout-outs to any of my buddies. I just, it was the first show, so,
Right.
these mistakes happen, right?
Oh, yeah, they happen.
Yeah. So I want to give a shout out to a few people, right away to get it out of the way, and thank them for all their support and all their words of wisdom and their stories and just that boost they gave me just to get this thing off the ground. And,
Okay.
So I want to give shout outs to Danny. I work with him every day, and that guy's always there for me, and I love the guy. He's been through a lot of personal shit, and
Right.
and he's always on my back about this podcast. I want to thank him personally, and also Sarah, who every time I see her, she's like, "When's the podcast? Where's it at? I want to hear it.
Oh,
Where's
she's
it at?"
on you for that, huh?
Oh yeah,
Well, Vic,
yeah.
you remember, speaking of part 2, we didn't do that intro we should have done.
Which intro?
The Vic Rivera.
Victor Rivera. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
well, fuck. Look, I'm fucking shit up. All right. God. I'm the first to admit it. I fucked it up.
It's
I'm
all
not
good.
I'm not even gonna. I'm not. We'll just release it. Fuck it. Okay. So, anyways, well, that shout out's out of the way. Danny, Sarah, my wife Belle. Thanks for letting me use her store to record this, and everybody else I know, Robert Uribe, Soames Navarro, Ernie. Who else do I know? This is why I needed to write a list, man. What the fuck was I thinking? I just
You
went
talked
live.
about it, but you didn't
Yeah,
get to
I talked about it, but shit, man.
You got a lot on your mind.
Yeah, Sergio. I want to thank Sergio for being there. I know he doesn't know that much about the podcast, but I consider him a friend. He's always there.
My cousin Chiquita.
Yeah, I want to thank Derek.
Ray.
I want to thank Rick Fox, who I met for like 10 seconds.
Laker over there.
Yeah. He owns a team at where I'm at, but he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I also want to thank. Who else can I thank? Jeez, because I guess whoever I didn't thank is going to tell me after they hear this episode that I'm an asshole, and then I will thank them next week. What about you,
All
Power?
right.
Who you got?
I got a few people. At Allied Security, I'm going to shout out to my guys over there, Omar and my boy Officer Melgar. He actually went from security to join the police force. He's in the academy right now.
Oh, wow.
So shout out to him. It goes back and forth, man. You got a lot of guys that are police officers that own security companies.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're out there hiring guards. And then you have guys that are security guards that if they pass, the qualifications in the academy training, the written tests and all that, they go on to become officers. So shout out to everybody that's out there putting their life on the line. If you're a security guard, you are putting your life on the line. Don't let anybody tell you different, because the first person they usually see when they go to any facility or spot is a security.
Yeah, absolutely.
Normally.
Yeah.
And some people don't respect it, but me being around it for so many years and seeing it for what it is, you all deserve respect and love, and if nobody gives a damn, I give a damn. So does Vic Rivera.
Yeah.
Powerman MC.
That's
Code
why.
4.
Yeah, that's why I did this show. A lot of guards, they get walked on. I mean, I come over there and I am super polite. Customer service is my middle name.
Right.
And I always greet people when they walk in that door. I say, "Good morning, how's your day?" And I make it a point to learn your name, so that way when you walk in, I say, "Hey, Lisa, good morning. Hi, Jennifer, good morning."
Right.
Hi, Todd. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Carl. I try to know their name.
Right.
That way I can greet them and everything. But every once in a while, you get a guy that just looks at you like, you're beneath me.
Right.
It's like I say hello and they'll just purposely ignore me.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Oh yeah. Or like they're thinking under go fuck yourself, and I'm not gonna let it bring me down.
You might have a few people out there like that. Yeah. I know there. In fact, I know there are some.
I kill them with kindness, my friend.
That's the best.
Yeah,
that's
I kill them with kindness. You know, the happier I am, I think the more it pisses them off. So I'm just gonna keep it up, right?
That's right. I told one guy, you're not gonna steal my happiness and my sunshine. You know, devil be gone. Get the cross.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Stay away from negative people. They'll bring you down, bro.
Oh my gosh. I have one lady. She comes in. Mm-hmm. She comes in like it's the worst day of her life, and she probably makes like $200,000 a year. And she comes in, and she's just like so upset about everything, and everything's so negative.
You know what's a trip? Vic?
Go ahead.
A lot of these people, you know, don't realize or don't know it until the moment it happens that when something serious goes down and shit hits the fan, excuse my French, something like when it goes down and they're looking for help in their facility or wherever you work or wherever you are, the first person they're going to look for to know the answers to why these problems happening, especially if it's violent.
Yeah.
And you got, you know, unfortunately we have people going around shooting people sometimes in certain facilities, or ex-husbands mad at the wives or vice versa. So you never know what's going to happen any God-given day.
Right.
And, you know, they don't respect a security guard or officer until they need them.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, so you as a security personnel, you want to have some kind of vocal repertoire like what you're doing.
Yeah.
And they're smart. They're going to know who you are, too, because when it happens, when it goes down and it goes down bad, where's security so-and-so? Where's security? You know? They're not going to say, where's the manager? Where's the gardener?
Hey,
you know? Where's the custodian?
Yeah, exactly.
Where's security? So you got to respect your local security guard. Smile at them, say hi to the next guard you see.
Yeah.
Wish them a good day.
You don't have to hug them, but at least just be courteous, because they're taking the time to be nice to you. You know, you can reciprocate the favor, right?
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to be nice.
I want to see more respect.
Worst case scenario, you feel a little better about yourself because you were nice to a security guard. Right?
Respect them. Respect them. You know? I was telling my girl the other day, you know, somebody was checking her bag downtown LA. They work a lot of facilities, and you got all these people coming in these buildings, and, you know, we were saying, well, they haven't hit LA yet, they being terrorists. And the next thing you know, you hear about this huge event a few months ago in San Bernardino, California, you know, where
oh my God, I was working
the facility.
Yeah, and then everything was put on lockdown on us, because that's when we were actually considered a soft target too, because that was a soft target. Right. But I think that was kind of like a work related thing, because I mean, if you're going to be a terrorist thing, why attack where you work?
Yeah, I think it got personal.
Yeah, I think he used it as an excuse.
But from what the investigations, at least what I heard and our reports said, and I can pull up some stuff on the internet that we hear. But from what I heard, through their checks and everything, security and everything, they had a different target.
Yeah.
So what we heard,
they just said, you know what, fuck these guys, they're making fun of me. You know what, this is our new target.
I believe that's what it's possible.
It's like, fuck Disneyland. I'm attacking where I work.
We'll follow the show. We'll follow. I like to follow up on the after the fact.
Look that shit up. You got the internet there. Look it up.
I'll pull it up. But I mean,
hey, what do you think about that? I know this is really off topic. What do you think about them not opening up that fucking phone? You know,
no, that's actually on target, because it's a security issue. It's a government issue with a right of privacy.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
But these guys they had 7,000 rounds of ammo in their home. Yeah. Over 50 weapons.
But here's the thing. You know, that's the case. Why doesn't Apple just open up that fucking phone?
Yeah, I mean, in this case, it should be a law. It's what I say. If you have a home, let's not even say home. Let's say any private property where there's a group of people that hate another group of people,
right?
Especially here in America, and they come on your property and assault you. They kill some of you. They're taking you out like it's free candy in the store, and it's a massacre, and you have no real solid information, but you know you can get information on the phone. There shouldn't even be any questions under national security. Now, some people say no, because now they're going to check anyone's phones. It should be specific to the incident.
You know what they did, right? The government didn't even want the phone. They said, look, we'll give you the phone. We don't want it back. You take it into the lab, and you just print out whatever the fuck it is. You go in there on a private network, plug it into one of your private networks.
Right.
You keep the phone, you destroy it. All we want is the data. Just pull out the data and give it to us. We don't even want the phone back, but we need that data.
Right.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, and where's the security risk there? There isn't one.
No, with that many people dying,
yeah, that's just like, come on.
God
man.
forbid somebody come through here, and just start shooting everybody and bringing out whatever they're representing, and they're killing people. And it's like, well, how do we find out anything? Well, you can't investigate their phones.
This is another thing, and I know it's a sensitive subject.
Yeah.
But like racial profiling.
Yes.
I understand. You pick a black guy for driving, you're gonna pull him over because his car's too nice or whatever. I get it. It's fucked up. But I'm okay with racial profiling when, there's someone at an airport. Those people in San Bernardino.
Mm-hmm.
The neighbors saw them working on the weapons and everything like that, and they didn't call the police. They
saw them?
Yeah, they didn't call. You know why? Because they didn't want to be accused of racial profiling, because that's literally what they were doing.
I'm sorry. If I see any fool out here I wonder how many weapons they saw.
No, they saw.
I heard they had over
they saw them. They saw them
whatever.
making bullets. They saw them like making bullets and just loading shit up, and they didn't want to be accused of racial profiling or come across as a racist, so they didn't say anything.
But you know how everyone says keep your eyes open, look out for each other. That's looking out.
Yeah.
You see people making a bunch of weapons. Now they could say, I feel you. That makes because you could say, well, they could easily say, well, in this country we have a right to bear arms.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
And I as an officer, I've owned many weapons. But here's my thing: you can't in that situation. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
If let's say you got I'm not racist. Number one, let's make that clear. I don't believe in racial profiling. I don't want to call it profiling if I see weapons.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. If it's weapons,
if that's racial profiling,
right? No, that's not weapons. You seeing bullets, stuff like that being made, and Abu just came outside with an AK-47.
Yeah,
and it's like, and he rock bar, whatever the hell, and bullets. That's not racial profiling. This fool is a terrorist, or he got bad intentions. Let's be real. You know what I mean? It's levels. Or me being a
this
being a black
guy,
man.
he had his window open, and I saw a poster of Osama bin Laden. But
certain things is common sense. You gotta report that, man.
Yeah.
You can save lives.
Yeah.
People gotta think that way. People that have family, kids, you can save lives if you open up. Security can't do it alone. Security guards can't do it alone. Police officers can't do it alone.
Yeah.
That was a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Okay, call me racial profiling, but if I see you out there making bullets,
that's
that's too much. We're in a time of we're at war with these people.
Yeah.
I have friends that are from those countries.
Yeah.
To who I call friends, I speak to or whatever.
Yeah.
I got friends from all around the world.
I have friends who are Muslim.
Yeah, and
I know a security guard. His name was I'm not going to say his name.
Right.
But he was from Syria. And he actually flew back for the guy worked. The guy was a hard worker. He worked like 4 jobs, and he was always working. I don't even think he had a day off. He was always working, and he was a really hard worker. And I'm sure you could call him a terrorist, but I'm sure he'd fit the profile if you're racially profiling somebody just by the way he looks and everything like that. He was a good guy. I have nothing bad to say about him, and he wasn't interested in weapons or anything like that. But I'm sure someone somewhere would take a look at him, and I guess that's wrong, but if I saw that guy making bullets in his garage,
I'm sorry, red flag.
Someone's getting a call, right?
Yeah, and if someone want to get mad right now, unfortunately you need security everywhere because you don't know who is the fool coming up. We got in-home slaughters going on in-home, meaning right here in the USA. We got people, slaughtering their neighbors. They get mad and they take it overboard. Next thing you know, there's a shooting. There's signs.
You see those families now. They got the father killing like the whole fucking family and then killing themselves because
it's really sad.
Yeah, because he doesn't make $50,000 a year anymore or something like that.
And that's just the love of money.
Yeah.
You ever hear this? The Bible says that money is the root of all evil. I don't know if you heard that phrase.
Oh yeah.
You think about it. Your money is more rewarding your family's lives.
You see that? What was that movie?
I've been homeless before. I know, brother.
Oh yeah, from Welfare to Millionaire. I'm
you
sure
already
you
know.
Some experience.
I've seen the bottom of the barrel. I've lived in my car.
I get it.
I was crawling at the bottom, and I didn't say, "Hey, I'm giving up my life. Well, let me just kill myself." Matter of fact, I'll kill my kids too and everyone else because I'm so damn miserable and I don't want us to be poor.
Oh, for our listeners out there, my boy here, Powerman, he wrote a movie called From Welfare to Millionaire, and he actually put that on YouTube. I think it's got close to 2 million hits. You can check it out.
Yeah, we're on overview.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're working, trying to get part 2 off the ground.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I got several films and stuff I do, but at some point, I want to go back to the racial profiling of terrorists.
Yeah.
There was a guy in the airport that made some comments they were saying a few months ago, he made some comments. Someone, I guess, gave an attitude to him. He fired back verbally. They both were disrespecting each other verbally. And now you got the situation where security came up and it was like, call security, because look at him. He has this thing on his head that was a turban or whatever.
Yeah.
And, and the guy was offensive. And it was kind of like, it was just a war of words and insecurity, Yeah, and now you got security guards going over there. Now everybody's watching. Does he have a weapon or what? What happened? And I had an incident like that, and they toned it down, but everybody was looking.
Yeah.
Where's the bomb? And unfortunately, that's what everyone's thinking. I had the same thing at was an incident a couple years ago in the hospital. They had the Ebola scare. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, nowadays, that was fucking scary.
People were like profiling anybody from Africa. It was like,
actually,
are you from there?
It actually hit the U.S.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. One guy flew out here, and that was it. And then, and now there's that. What's the new scare? The Zika?
There's another one.
Yeah. Where the kid's born with like half a head or something like that.
Yeah. It's off in Brazil somewhere. It affected people. Here's the thing, security-wise, in the hospitals, they're saying anyone that comes in here sweaty or saying this, and that, and they mention these countries, well, you have to profile them, have them stand in the corner, go put your suit on and a mask because they may be carrying the disease.
I wonder if you're ever sick while working in the hospital, you catch a cold. Is that like workman's comp?
Well, there's a...
Can you claim that? Is that a work-related injury? You work in a hospital... You're out there. It's flu season, and
I had pneumonia last year, bro. Didn't even know it.
Kidding me?
I didn't know. Walking pneumonia. Didn't even know it. I thought it was bronchitis, just a bad cough. Went to the doctor. They said you need to slow down. When last time? What kind of rest? And I was getting 4 hours of sleep a day.
How much antibiotics they give you?
They gave me one case, knocked it right out. But I was working with this thing, coaching kids and running the streets and doing my movies and records and security and everything. Just busybody, and I wasn't getting enough rest. Gotta be careful, man.
Oh yeah, I did 3 weeks in a row without a day off, and I was like, I swear to God, I'm walking to work and I hear the soundtrack to The Walking Dead in my head because I'm like a zombie going in there. I am fucking tired.
Oh no!
And people tell me, look, I need you to look sharp, and you're just like, God damn it! It's like my 18th day in a fucking row.
Yeah, security, when it's like that's another thing. You gotta keep your guards fresh.
Oh yeah.
All you supervisors out there, keep your security guards fresh. I get it.
There are times when people are calling off and shit's that's the thing. I never say no. I've said no. I said no one time because I take my kids to the dentist, but I never say no.
Right.
And I hate to fucking call off. I've called off once.
I've been there.
I called off actually twice. I called off once before. And then I changed my mind. I said, you know what? I'm good enough. I can work. So I went to work.
I've been there. Check this out. Back to what we were talking about earlier about the terrorist thing. And that's a security issue because, like Vic Rivera here was saying, some people may call it a racist profiling if you happen to report somebody that is from a Middle Eastern country.
Right.
And you see them with making weapons, bullets or good. That's just crazy for me right there. That's just nuts. I'm sorry, but I'm call me that because it's just too much going on right now. I'd rather be careful than.
Well, that's why. Like when it comes to something like that, I'm all for racial profiling. If that's the case,
it's sad. Yeah. In that situation, it's not even that. It's just there's a weapon and there's bullets being made. They're saying that they had a statement and sure the courts were trying to order that it requires help in law enforcement. So this is in regards to that incident of the phone that they got off the terrorists.
Oh yeah. Did you hear what happened? They paid a hacker. They paid a fucking notorious hacker to go in there and he hacked the phone. And then Apple, they got the information.
Right.
And Apple went ape shit.
Well,
they tried to sue the government to find out how they hacked it because they're worried about that. And they got nobody to blame.
Codes can be broken. Hopefully not Code 4. That's the show you're listening to. You're listening to Powerman MC along with the master of this, the young guru. I call him Victor Rivera.
Yeah, I'm
Code 4 podcast.
We're going a little off topic. Let's try to swing back and boomerang back to security.
Yeah, immediate security.
Yeah. So okay, what's the strangest thing you've seen in security? I mean, you've worked hospitals, so you've seen like some weird people come in there.
Oh yeah. I've seen things. This is stuff. I've seen things in security that chased me back into entertainment because I just didn't want to deal with it no more. People on drugs. I got 2 incidents that stand out. I have one that stood out just a few years ago, and I have one that happened way back in the late 80s, early 90s. I was a kid, and I'll tell you that one first.
Okay.
There was a guy on the heavy duty drug.
Was that PCP or crack?
PCP.
PCP. Wow.
And
Angel
does the old school terms. I don't know what they're calling it now. Hopefully they're not calling it all because the drug is so deadly. But
they call
this guy.
It's called Red Bull now.
This guy, Red Bull.
Angel dust in a can, Red Bull.
Oh no, Lord no. These people, they take this drug and they feel like they're on fire because so many of them, they take it, they start taking their clothes off. This guy in particular was in front of a Ralph's Market or Boys Market or something like that. He jumped on top of the vehicle. This is right off of Crenshaw and Rodale. Jumped on top of a vehicle and put his fist through the windshield. And I was standing there, the security guard in the front, one inside, one out.
Broke every bone in his hand.
He didn't even react. He didn't He just started screaming. And the lady, the car he broke, she was driving with just the lady and her kid in the car. So, in fact, it was a baby. It wasn't not even out of the baby seat. So, I immediately turned to my partner and say, "This is going to be nuts. Call the police. Call the police. 911, 911." And he was a rookie out of the academy. See, when rookies come out of the academy, be it police or security guards, they're so eager for action.
Right.
And they just want to jump into anything. You can't attack somebody like that. This guy single-handedly put his fist through a windshield without a blink, jumped off the car, and I ran out and told everybody to leave the area. We're armed.
Right.
Mind you, we're carrying guns. This guy proceeded to go off into a corner and just start screaming. And his pupils turned white. Just like one of those scary movies.
Shit.
I never seen nothing like that. I'm armed, I'm buff, I'm ripped, I'm in shape. I'll fight anybody. I don't care. I'm that pit bull. Let me off the leash. And I'm looking at this dude for the first time in my life. I'm nervous. And I got guns. I'm armed. Because I've never seen that. I've never seen someone's eyes leave their face.
That's scary. When you're armed, you're scared.
Yeah, I'm scared. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets scarier.
Okay.
He's doing that, and he tells, "Come on, copper, you can't stop me." He calls me a copper or something like that. And then he proceeds to say, "I can't stop him." My partner, for whatever the hell reason, did not call the police.
What?
Runs out there and just tackles the guy.
Oh,
so now I gotta jump in. And I'm thinking, but remember, I don't know that 911 has not been called.
Yeah.
He's gun ho. I guess he figures he can handle it. He takes my partner he tackled him, and I'm trying to jump in. He was face down. I had his arm in one hand and was doing what they show you, high felony prone, trying to get him there. None of that stuff worked. Batons, anything you did to this guy did not work. He's on the ground scuffling with one hand, and from a face down push-up position, he threw Dent. His name was Dent, Officer Dent. He threw Dent over top of a van. All I saw was the bottom of his feet. The boots, the black boots, the security boots. That's all I saw. And I'm yelling Dent, and I'm like watching him, his feet go through there. And next thing I know, he threw me in the back of this, I still have it, injury. He threw me in the back of this old school vehicle. The old cars are 64 Chevys, like the lowriders. And I hit the door. Because it's not flat.
Ow.
It's those kind of stick out like this. Yeah. You have to press a button to open it. Do you remember those doors?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a particular suspect right here. Suspect subject. He threw me behind. I didn't even see that happening. It just happened. And I'm backing into a corner. It's the middle of the day. It's like 4 o'clock p.m.
Were there other people there? Did they see
It's packed. There's a ton of people there.
So what are they doing? Just watching?
Everyone's just watching. Okay? And then Dick comes back from around the van. Remember, he threw him to the top of the van from a face-down position. And he's screaming. His damn pupils are gone. And then now they kind of come back a little bit, but they're fluttering. Like The Exorcist or something.
You think Dick called 911 after that?
No, and I'm like, where the hell's the cop? Because now I'm trying to buy time. I'm like, stay back. I'm putting my hand on my gun. Guns unloaded off the roster. All right? He turns and runs across the street to this Louisiana Fried Chicken on the corner. And there's a Korean guy. I guess everyone's watching. It's packed. It's all everyone's watching this. So I give chase, and I'm like, where the hell? I'm yelling, where are the police? Where are the police? The guy starts shaking, breathing, and he just collapsed. Then he has this green-blue stuff come out of his mouth.
Whoa.
Dent runs over, and I'm like, where are the cops? He said, I just went and called him. I didn't want to call him at first, but when he threw me over the van, I thought maybe we need backup. I'm like, you idiot. I told you to call him.
Oh, my God.
You call the police. Certain things you don't want to get into.
That's your job.
Right.
Yeah, observe and report.
Yeah, after we getting our ass mopped and kicked.
Oh, my God.
After we getting beat up, it's like, maybe we should call for backup. Officers, you got to recognize the situation, get as much backup as possible. This is why you can't get mad at too many officers when they freak out, because when they deal with these type of situations, they don't know who's
used to it every day, man.
Some of them lose it though, Vic. Some of them lose their composure and they start thinking everyone's a criminal and they just shoot first. So the guy ended up passing out, and they're telling me to do CPR. I'm like, I'm not touching him. What's this green stuff coming out of his mouth? I don't know what to do. I'm praying to God that he doesn't die on us. And then I literally sneaked my handcuffs on him to a door.
Hey, today, would you be held liable for that if someone, I think someone got sued for that?
For what?
Security
CPR?
Yeah, because they refused to give the guy CPR even though they were trained in CPR.
Man, that's such a situation.
Yeah, because if you refuse to help, I think you're held liable.
You know what I like to do with some of our callers that's going to call in, well, preferably supervisors, when they call in for the Security Code 4 show, they bid in for the other people that listen to the show, for other officers, security guards.
By the way, any guys,
because I have a
hold on, just any guys that are listening, they have any questions, you can email us. You can email me at vrivera@securitycode4.com, or you can email Powerman at powermanmc@securitycode4.com. Any questions you have, we will definitely answer them on the air.
Right.
So, by all means, just ask us anything, anything at all. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No problem. We got to do that. That's the job. But back to it. It's on the officer to choose, the security guard and or security officer to choose. You're going to get this guy CPR. Yeah, you're trained. But you see things crawling out of a person's mouth. Sometimes you have to kind of hesitate. You can turn them to the side. They have any broken bones or anything like in first aid CPR they teach you, and let the stuff leak out. It's really on you to see if you want to risk that. It's kind of a scary thing. Personally, that day I froze and he coughed, and I was so happy.
Yeah.
He passed out for a while, but he came back. Then he started trying to shake the handcuff off the door, because I literally just cuffed him to a door and let him lay there. And then we heard, sirens. Finally, they arrived. He didn't even go to jail. They took him to the loony bin.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That guy's married with 7 kids right now.
I hope not. Sometimes they have to take them to detox. So I've been I've been in the field dealing with these people, then I've been in the hospitals where they bring them.
I saw a guy here. He was outside right here in the store here, and he had a screwdriver in every car that drove by. He was slicing it. Wow. Just slicing it. And he looked at me, he goes, "You want some of this?" I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, let it go.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't security then. I was just a guy in a car, but fuck, I feel bad for... I actually told the security guard, and this guy was on it. He knew exactly who he was. And I described him, and he says, "I know exactly who you're talking about." Wow. That guy's a straight junkie. I will inform the cops. I mean, that guy was on it.
Right. Here's a problem with officers, police officers. Some of them, they see so much of this insanity, it gets to them. And at some point, I think they come in there thinking they want to do good, except for the ones that are undercover racists.
Oh, yeah.
But most officers want to do good, and then they empower and they go crazy.
But I noticed there's not as many. I'm sure there are, because it's all over the news lately how everybody is just like a racist now, Ferguson and all that. It's so out there, but
that's terrible.
But a lot of people are telling, like from what I heard,
that was
some of the black friends I know. They tell me, it was worse like 5-10 years ago, but everyone's making a stink about it now. But they don't really. Yeah, but it's because of the media, the internet,
the phones. Yeah.
Well,
no one believed it. A lot of people didn't believe it was happening.
Even I'll be honest. Even I really didn't believe it.
Right.
I didn't believe it. And I had black friends, but my friends, they're just so accustomed to it. It's not a big deal to them. They just realize, I'm just going to behave a certain way, and because these guys are fucking idiot, and I'm not going to let it bug me.
Right.
But now,
it's real.
It's just
I can personally tell you, I had an experience. I'm in uniform coming from work, and it's 1990. I'm working security at Van Allen in Pacoima, California. Me and Charles Thomas. Charles Thomas was a basketball star from a local high school here. 6'8", about 260 at that time. Big brother, real big.
Right.
And stopped doing that and was trying to in between whatever he's gonna do, and was working security guard work. And we were chasing gangbangers and person snatchers one minute. The next we were getting pulled over in uniform by some sheriffs, and they literally went to my car and asked me did I want it. It was an old bucket, but I was gonna fix it up. And they're like, "You want this piece of shit?" That was how they approached me. And I said, "Well, yeah." He said, "Where you guys work?" We told him where we work. "You guys officers where? We're in uniform. Like, what else you want?" Got our licenses and everything. Yeah. The guy looks at my car, gets a baton out, breaks the car light, goes to the front, breaks the car light, goes to the back, breaks the car light, beats the hell out of my beat up muffler.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And then writes me a fix-it ticket and throws it at me. Wow. Tells me to sign it and throw it. Yeah. Oh, whoa, this really happened. And, it was really cold.
What?
Of course, I told Charles, I'm not going to pay this. Charles was ready to fight. I said, man, just These are those guys that are supposed to protect people, but this is what we're dealing with. Stay calm. You do something, they'll beat the hell out of you. And he took a while. He finally calmed down. And then they called him out of the car, and they stood up and looked up at him, and it was just like, good Lord, the guy's huge. And it was one of those things where they let us go, but it ended up with me just not wanting to be in law enforcement anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm in uniform when you do this. Can you imagine if I wasn't? And here it is. We put our lives on the line.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of these guys we backed up. In fact, the same unit, I had to go watch the sheriff car and protest because I refused to pay the ticket. And said, well, Gibbs, you and officers, some of the same guys that train were like, if you don't do it, you got to go to jail and do this. I said, I'll go. Give me the ticket. And so I had to, it's a true story. And I had to go watch the car of the same guys that violated my rights.
That's so fucking.
And go scrub cells into county jail for 2 weekends. Oh, it's a real story. So I say that to say this. And, there are officers out there that are not good officers.
Yeah.
There are security guards that are not good security guards. They're supposed to protect the public.
Well, like that whole thing with that I saw that OJ miniseries. Did you see that? Where they did a television series about the OJ trial. It was called People versus OJ Simpson.
Okay, yeah. I heard
American Crime, yeah. So I didn't know that Mark Furman was that much of a racist. I mean, he was an extreme racist.
Yeah.
And I guess I was shocked, just like how thick it was, how it really was.
Yeah, that was all true.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I worked with officers that worked with him. And
really?
It was all true.
Holy shit.
Yeah, these guys, they get a badge. If they go through some training, or let's say they have some security guard experience, they just say, hey, I want to be a cop. This is just one example. And they're able to pass the test, and then they move to the next level. And some of them, somewhere along the way, the respect part was taken out of the training.
Right.
Because, when you hit the field, it's like trading places. They tell you, what's that show with
Eddie Murphy?
No. Denzel Washington, it was what was that cop?
Training Day.
Training Day.
Yeah.
You get out in there, like, all that stuff you just learned at the academy, they'll tell you. Leave that in, that's there. Now you're on the streets. This is how it is.
Yeah,
we're going to do this, and that. I'm your supervisor. You follow my lead. Now you got this guy out here. He's kicking everybody, but he's violating rights. Turns out he's doing some stuff with the job on the side. There are guys like that out there. There are also very good, respectable police officers out there.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that. You ever watch that show, The Shield? And that someone said that that the cops are actually going to protest it. Allowed, to the media. They're going to protest it, but secretly they're going to watch every episode.
Well, there's going to be a lot of police officers, cops that listen to this show.
Oh, yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of guards that listen to this show. And the thing is, be it MPs, military police, or regular civilian police, or guards or whatever, whoever it is that's in law enforcement,
right?
They really need to examine themselves. And if they have any animosity toward another race before there's been a crime committed, they need to remove themselves.
Right.
Because they're going to get caught eventually. You can only do so much dirt. If you're going to be a good security guard, a good security officer, a good police officer, whatever it is in law enforcement, FBI agent, CIA, whatever, if you're not on the up and up, eventually you're going to get caught.
Right. Hey, okay, let's get back a little more into just regular security.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. You still do your DARs?
Still do. Oh, yeah. Daily activity report.
Yeah. How much information do you put in there?
You know what?
How many pages is it like
average? It was a quiet day, and it's not. I hate saying stuff like this. Mouse showed up today and squeaked.
Yeah.
You kind of look for something to do when it's slow, and then there's an incident. It's like, oh.
You know what I tend to put? I put nothing out of the ordinary to report. Still low activity.
Right.
Everything is code 4, and that shit takes up like
code 4.
Yeah, everything
Security
is code 4. Everything is code 4, and that takes up 2 fucking lines. Just right there. That shit fills up. Because you have enough stuff on there, your supervisor's really not going to read the whole thing.
Right.
And it is accurate because if there's nothing going on.
Right. That should tell them in a nutshell. With why waste paper? Ours now, a lot of jobs is either it's still DAR on paper or it's on the computer.
Yeah.
And you email, and I'm like, don't have me sitting here lying and give you information that's going to waste everyone's time.
Yeah.
Let me fill my report out and get on. Yeah. Pertinent information. Anything out of ordinary. It lets anybody that's been around security wise know.
The first company I was at, it was so Mickey Mouse, man, that after fucking 2 or 3 months, I stopped writing my DARs. No one would read them. They didn't even look for them. They were just in a fucking pile.
Right.
So it was at the point where it was like, if even, all the other they're not even writing the DAR. So, what? I'm just not going to write a DAR.
Amateurs.
Yeah, I never got in trouble for that. And they knew. And it just didn't pan out. I just didn't want to do it.
I had a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
And for the listeners, when we talk about levels of security.
Right.
And because, it's levels. It's your sergeants, lieutenants, captains, military ran.
Yeah. You're talking about the chain of command? Or
the chain of command, but levels of security. From the chain of command on the post, especially from a simple post where it's just a guard check to something elaborate like a 200, 300 store mall to the Pentagon security. It's so many levels of security that's out there.
Right.
And buddy of mine, he switched over to alarms and stuff. Another buddy of mine, these guys I came out with back in the day.
Oh, you're talking about like home patrolling, like
they got those.
Yeah,
you got your K9. But there's different levels. Each company, the bigger the company, the more rank you have in is significant. When the companies are small, some people don't, like you say, they don't even care or pay that much attention, depending on how many accounts they have. A lot of it depends on how many accounts they have too.
Right.
A big company like Securitas or Allied or somebody that's nationwide, those companies tend to take that more serious.
Oh, yeah.
But the smaller companies, you might not see much of that, or they go hire anybody.
Oh, right. Well, I worked for a company, and I'll just say it on it. I worked for, and that was the first place I worked at, and they were okay in the beginning, but honestly, that place was run very poorly.
Was it?
Oh yeah, the security, they didn't really care. In fact, oh my God, some of the guards that I had work, they were really angry. They get angry, and I understand because you're doing this job, you're only making $11 an hour, and people are treating you like shit every day, and I get it.
Were these like the bottom of the level? Was these sergeants or supervisors?
No, these were just regular guards. Regular guards.
Okay.
Regular guards, and I understood. I understood where they were coming from,
Right.
and I got it. In fact, I think they got sued because they weren't giving out the proper breaks.
Right.
And I can attest to that because when I started off as a guard before I made supervisor, and there were times where we didn't get the breaks. I mean, there was always a good reason, and I get it.
Right.
But and there are times when people just can't get a break, and I completely understand. But it's the nature of the beast. Yeah.
I hear that. When it gets like that, I especially when it's those late graveyard shifts, and they haven't seen a supervisor in 2 weeks. You're on patrol, and people are giving you that look like, what the hell are you here for?
There was a supervisor there. There was a supervisor there. I'm not going to mention any names, but this guy was just, oh my God, the guys, the client, the people there that were supposed to protect, they hated him, and the other guards did not like him. And then it got to the point where the guards were saying, if I come to work and I see his card there, I'm not coming in. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to work under him.
I've been there.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. It's just like, and I saw the guy, and it's just like, I can't deal with him. And you know what he did once? He walked off the job. He just couldn't take the stress of it, and he gave he gave one of the guards the phone and his badge, and then he just went home.
Wow.
And you know what?
That's when it's bad.
He came back to work the next day. They let him come back to work. Anyone else did that, man, that's it.
Right.
If someone did that, if one of my guards did that, that's it.
Right.
I'd write him up.
Right.
I'd write him up.
I've been there. I had that feeling just a few months ago. Some things were happening, and they had the wrong person in charge of security. Concierge desk is a security desk with security cameras and all that stuff. And public relations is one thing, but you got people on and off that are dying. Yeah. It's a hospital.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So you got a lot of stressed out people there losing their minds and breaking down. This is an emotional wreck. And you got people coming there complaining to you, and it can stress you the hell out.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, really. Oh, I had and when I did graveyard once a week when I was supervisor.
Right.
And whenever I catch a guard sleeping, I know some of the supervisors would write them up or send them home. Like me, I would just say, hey, okay, you are now patrolling nonstop. You're walking back and forth the whole day. That's what I want. I'm going to come back in 30 minutes. I want to see you walking back and forth. Right. You got to stay awake. I can't have this. If I catch you asleep, I have to send you home. Right. But someone else, they might say, you know what, you're going home, and that's it. And if they send you home, chances are you're going to get fucking fired. Right. And one, I don't want to get somebody fired. And two, a security company spends a lot of money on that fucking guard. Right. And
there's insurance on everybody too.
Yeah. So it's like they spent the time to train them, the uniform and everything. And as a supervisor, I try to think about that. Right. But there's some other supervisors that just get off on firing people. Yeah. They just can't wait. Right. They live for it. Right. They live for it.
Yeah, those are the kind of people you want. Just do your job.
Yeah, just do
and if they got a warning system, that's great. But if it's somebody that's constantly doing wrong, you gotta let them go. That's your job to stop that.
There was one guy I sent home. I remember he fell asleep. It was his fucking first day on the job. And he fell asleep right there he's working a lot. He's supposed to warn people when they come in.
Oh wow!
And he just laid down right there on the counter and just fell asleep. And I saw him on camera. Wow! I saw him on camera asleep. I'm trying to call him to wake him up. He's not waking up. I see he has a cell phone right next to him. He's not supposed to have his phone. Right. You're not supposed to have your phone while on duty. Right. And so I call him up, and he gets up. He looks at his phone. He sees the phone number, puts it down, and then goes back to fucking sleep. So I went over there. I sent him home. I said, wow. I'm sorry. You got to go to sleep.
He's supposed to warn people?
Yeah, he's supposed to. People were coming up to him, and they were saying, hey, are you awake? You awake? He goes, oh, yeah. He just, go ahead, go through. He wouldn't even want him. Yeah. And it's his first day on the fucking job. First day. Wow. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, you got to, that's.
Oh, another guard I had.
We're at war, people. You got to warn these people. Scan the pockets, man.
You ever see the guards that all they want to do is flirt with every fucking woman they see?
Yeah. I got a story for you for one of those.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, I got one. He's not there anymore, but this guy, man, you might as well be at a bar with a couple of beers and whiskey in your hand, because anything that walked toward him, he'd bark at him, literally. And say, oh, that's the dog in me. How you doing? Baby, can I get your name? This guy's in uniform. And I pulled him to a side. I said, look, man, I see what you're doing, but this is not the place. You're looking for people that are out of place. Number one, look for weapons. We're at war. We're at war, people.
Yeah, if you're out there, you're out there and you're a guard, just do your fucking job. A girl's cute, she's hot, whatever. You know what? You got to be professional. Yeah. You're not in a bar. You can't do that. You really can't. It's a great way to. It's a great way to lose a job. It really is.
Yeah. The younger, when I was younger, I had so many girls. They attracted to the uniform, especially when you're armed officer or whatever, and they see you in action. And so some people, that's a turn on, and they flirt back, or they'll start the flirting. Right. There's a way to do that too. You can get a phone number or say, hey, I'm off at this time. Try me then. Meet me across the street. Yeah. Meet me at Joe's. Meet me at Mickey D's. Meet me something. Yeah. There's ways to do it and keep it moving without being rude.
Oh my God! I remember this guard. All the other guards, he used to call him Shrek because he was like the Black Shrek. Right. And in fact, there's a picture of him. There's a picture of him on the internet where he's fucking asleep on the job.
Oh no!
I swear to God, I'll find it for you.
So everybody saw that.
Yeah, well, I found it recently because I was looking for pictures for the website here. Right. But that's fucking her. But the women used to come and complain to me, say, this guy's getting a little too flirty. He's always mentioning my body or stuff like that, and I feel uncomfortable around him. Oh, wow. When he wands me, I don't want him wanding me because, it just makes me feel dirty. I just being around him. Right. And so
that's really bad.
Yeah, that's really bad. And the guy had, he even hit on the lesbian. There was a lesbian employee there. She had the flat top, glasses. Right. She dressed up like a dude, tucked in shirt, suspenders, no bra, and the guy still took the time out to flirt with her. And she even told me, you know, he knows I'm gay, right? And I was like, I'm pretty sure he does. This guy was out of hand.
Yeah, that's the people you don't want representing your security
And
company.
you know why he was fired?
I hope that was the reason.
No, he was fired. He was fired for falling asleep on the job too many times. Wow. And you know, they caught him on camera, and they showed him the footage, and he says, "Nope, I'm awake." He says, "Yeah, but your eyes are closed." "Yes, but I'm listening. I'm awake. I'm awake." And they could. There's nothing. They said, "Well, it's true. He could be awake." You know, there's nothing.
Come on.
No, he got away with that. They had to actually go there and catch him, hearing him snoring.
Wow.
Oh man.
Well, those people like that, they make it bad for the security.
Oh, yeah.
Now you got people in the public that see that.
Well,
that's why they don't respect a lot of security officers.
That's the thing.
Security guards.
That's my number one fear, is being inappropriate to a woman or saying anything like sexual harassment wise.
Right.
In fact, you know, I should mention I have this nickname. You know, like Snapchat. My name is Big Dick Vic.
Okay.
And yeah, that's which is silly. A friend of mine came up with a name. He says, because I knew nothing about Snapchat, I didn't know anything.
Right.
And he's like, what do you want me to make your name? How about Big Dick Vic? And I said, yeah, sure. He's like, no, you can't do it. He's like, fuck it, go ahead and do it. I don't care.
Right.
I had no idea. So people around, it'll show you like people who are, you know, in your phone numbers, and my name says Big Dick Vic. So people at work were calling me, "Hey, Big Dick Vic."
That got around?
Yeah, that got around because that was, you know, because if you had my phone number and it shows you recommend friends, there it is.
Right.
Big Dick
Oh,
Vic.
no.
Yeah. And this is the one time where I said,
Are you on duty? You're working and this is work people to see this?
Yeah. So there's this one time.
Social media, man.
Yeah, there's this one time where this girl, and I know I'm 99.9% sure I didn't offend her, but it really bugged me. Like after I said it, I was like, why the fuck did I say that?
Right.
But because I heard her one time and she said, "Hey, Big Vic," you know, she stopped herself before she said Big Dick Vic, you know. And then so we were they were doing cement, and I says, "Look, they wrote in the cement." She's like, "They did? Where?" I says, right there. It says Big Dick Vic. And then she kind of laughed and she walked away, and I was like, why the fuck did I say that? And I that was super
you're lucky to get fired.
No, she was really she was actually really cool about it. But I never addressed it.
You never know who.
Yeah.
And then you got women that.
And plus, she's a superior. Yeah, she's
right.
superior. You know.
You got women that'll say stuff that'll be kind of out there, and you kind of don't know if you should say something back because it's easy to get a sexual harassment case.
Oh yeah.
And remember the way they want security guards, the way we're perceived.
Yeah, we have to be professional.
Right.
It's just sometimes. You know,
who can you kid with?
Yeah,
who can
sometimes
you not?
I feel like I'm talking to my sister or something like that, and then you just realize I'm not talking to my sister. You can't do shit like that.
Right. You got to be a certain way.
Yeah, you got to be professional.
Yeah. You never know. So it'll follow you. Word get around quick too. And you know, with the way the internet is, you could just be playing around with some buddies, and next thing you know, there's a picture of you, you know, with your shirt off at a party when you just told the wife you was around the corner. You know?
Oh yeah.
Anything can happen. I'm using that as an example. But anything can happen.
Social media gets people in trouble. I mean, there are guards that they call off. I'm sick. I can't come into work. And then they'll look him up on Facebook. He's like, well, then why are you at Knott's Berry Farm? Huh?
Yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah. So it's just you look well enough to go to Knott's Berry Farm.
I've seen that with Magic Mountain, Disneyland, all of it.
Oh yeah. So
especially the 24-hour post.
Oh yeah. Social media just gets you. That's it, man. It's hard to get away with anything.
I have a subject for you that we haven't hit that I'm hoping our listeners for Security Code 4 are paying attention. This is a safety for security officers or security guards. There's literature out there. There are books you can buy about safety and training. Now, most of these security companies got people that train them.
Right.
Organizations and whatnot. But there are some that's limited training. If you get trained for one day, I guarantee you need 1 or 2 day course. You need way more than that to really be secure and being a security personnel person. I suggest you can go online. There's security courses that are a little longer. Read up more. Take a couple self-defense classes. You know, anything that's going to help you be a little bit sharper about being a security guard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it's just too much you may encounter, especially in these times when you're in the USA and you're at war with a sneaky enemy. And that's not the only thing. You got your regular people, like you were saying earlier, just walk up and they do stuff. At any minute, a nice calm situation can turn violent.
Oh yeah.
So you wanna just have a couple of things there.
And you got the clowns that'll just come in and they'll pull a fire alarm or just be a total dick that you have to watch out for.
Yeah, the kid pranksters. I call them kids, but you got adults that do it too.
Oh yeah.
I did it. I was I had my goofy moments. I tell my kids all the time. You think you're the only one that did dumb shit?
Oh yeah.
Did stupid things. I was one of the clowns. I was in the academy, one of the clowns. I laughed at everything. I'll never forget the drill sergeant, lieutenant. I was so young too when I went in. You remember I was special ops, so we were doing special assignments. 18. I was an 18-year-old kid.
I was like the
86,
oldest.
87,
Well, actually, no. I was the second oldest guy in the when I got my guard card. There was actually a guy in his 50s.
Yeah.
And I remember.
You see it all the time.
Yeah. I remember a friend of mine, or a buddy, a friend's father. He was also in security, and I went up to him and I hugged him because I hadn't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
And I felt really bad. He was like, "Hey, Richard, how's it going? I'm starting over at 40." And he's like, "Hey, don't worry about it, Victor. I'm starting over at 60."
Wow.
Yeah, it just happens. You just got to take your licks and deal with it.
But you know what? Anybody can.
And that's the beauty of security is anybody can do it.
Yeah, it's observe and report though. See, but again, the guys that are falling asleep on the job, observe and report. You can't observe anything if your eyes are closed. Well, most people can't. You can't report anything too much if you don't see it.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I was supervisor, if you felt tired, I said, give me a call. I will go out there and I'll find you a fucking cup of coffee. I'll bring you a cup of coffee.
Right.
If you're feeling tired, go out there and go take a walk.
Right, shake it off.
Yeah, I'll give you a break. Yeah. You can go sleep in your car and then just come back. But, I get it because I've been there.
Right. That's what's good about, when you're there, you can relate more to the security personnel.
Yeah, of course.
As a supervisor, I've done that,
I had one of the greatest compliments. One of my guards, I'm gonna shout out his name, Daniel Macias. He told me he just made supervisor, and he thanked me because he said I wouldn't have made supervisor if it wasn't for you. Because because you told me I could do it. I would have never even thought to try.
Right.
And it's not rocket scientists.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they won't even try for supervisor because they're scared. They're scared they're not going to get it.
Right.
So what if you don't get it? At least you fucking tried, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at
definitely.
least you tried. Just go out there and ask. It's like, is there a supervisor position? Keep me in mind because I can do the job. I
recommend people that doubt themselves take a little bit more training, and then if you know how to talk to people, and I think people know when they're qualified. There are some people that I know are definitely not qualified that I see right now doing the position, and you kind of want to put it out there because these are people that cost your company lawsuits.
Oh yeah.
They will cause you to get sued, and a lot of you security company owners should take heed to this advice. I'm sure a lot of them are aware, but you definitely want to try to hire people that do a bigger background check. What do you feel about the background check that security personnel go through? Vic, how do you feel about that? I think it's a fucking
joke. I really do. Because like I mentioned it last week on the show, my supervisor at the time, he tried to steal my watch. And I caught him. I had him arrested and everything like that.
Oh right, the Rolex thing.
Yeah, the Rolex. Right. So I called what is it, BCIS or what is it? What's the company called?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, the
security.
The company. The company that handles the guard cards. Yeah. So I contacted them because I wanted his guard cards. I just did not want to work with them. I told.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I told the guy. I said, look, either you quit your job or else I'm going to the police because I don't want to see you every day.
Right. And
he says, you're blackmailing me. I'm not going to quit my job. So he says, fuck this. I'm going to the cops.
Right.
And I went to the cops with all the evidence. I had text messages of him apologizing, admitting what he did. Right. I had the value of the watch, and I had a witness, my wife. She saw the whole thing because as soon as it started, I started yelling at him. She came down and she heard everything.
Right.
So I had the whole thing. I had a gift wrap for the cops, and then I got a police report, and then I went to I called them up and I told them everything that happened. I left a message. After they arrested him, they finally contacted me, and they said they said you had a complaint, and I told them the whole story. Right. And they said, well, we need the arrest report number. We need all that information so we can have his guard card removed. And I was like, Well, that's not my job to give you that information.
Right.
That's their job to just know that. It's their job to know what's going on, which scares me.
But once you inform them too, that's the thing, you know.
Well, I did inform them. I gave them the name, but they wanted the arrest report. They wanted me to send them a copy of the arrest report, you know, and the number. It's like that's their job. Right. That's their job to do the background. And I checked. He renewed his guard card.
Wow.
Yeah. So that thing's a joke.
Yeah. You know, at that point, I wouldn't even.
You'd have to report it.
Yeah.
You'd have to report it, let them know the whole thing, and then you could probably get it. But
well, I was just looking up when it's a felony.
No, it was
it's a price.
Because
the Rolex, it's worth 10 G's, right?
Yeah. It was a felony.
Okay, that's a lot of money
like
for
over $5,000. It's a felony. So
anything over $5,000.
Yeah.
Theft.
So I'm sure he pleaded down to a misdemeanor or whatever, but still, I mean, the whole thing, it's just really unsettling. It really.
This guy was a security personnel, right?
He was my supervisor.
Wow.
He was my supervisor.
You know, and I'm not, you know, nobody's perfect, but that right there tells you where he should be and where he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know, enough said. You don't. You know, it's like, okay, what else is he stealing?
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Yo, that's what I told the post commander. I told her. I called her up like at 3:00 in the fucking morning, you know, after it happened, and then I told her the whole situation. And
I'd get away myself.
Yeah, she said there's nothing we can do because one, you got your property back, and it's just your word against his. So. And I said, well, look, if he tried to steal that watch from me and he's in charge of the cameras, he knows where they're at and everything, he knows where the hiding place, I guarantee you he stole shit from there because there are iPads. Someone went there and stole a truckload of Beats, 2 truckloads of Beats headphones. Mm. They just did like.
Oh, these things are popular.
Yeah, $5 million worth of fucking shit.
Oh,
right there.
What? Wait, let me get this straight. Dr. Dre?
2 containers filled with them.
What do they run for? 180, 200?
Oh, this was like 3 years ago, back in
when they first dropped.
Oh yeah, they're like $300, $200.
Oh wow! So you gotta be on top of that. Yeah, well, that should have been security patrolled anyway.
Well, you know, the story on that one was they watched the supervisor, and they got one supervisor to look at 2 locations. Mm-hmm. So as soon as he saw he'd go to one, do his patrol, then he'd drive to the next place. And as soon as he drove to the next place, they knew he was going to be gone. They cut open the fence. They drove in there, loaded up the trailer, and drove off with the Beats. But that had to be an inside job because they knew. Oh, yeah. They knew which trailer, and so, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah. You got to be on top of that. That's a hot item, too. Anything Dr. Dre do. Any stereotype items, once you start getting over a couple hundred, you know, that hip-hop world is my world. That's an automatic loss. So, you know... and they should have known too, man. Yeah. They should have had a tighter system.
Those Dr. Dre's are really popular, but honestly, those Bose headphones they sound a lot better.
Yeah, you like the Bose?
Oh yeah, well that's what you're on right now. Yeah. I'm telling you, they sound crystal clear.
Oh, I'm with it, but I gotta support my fellow hip hop guy. You know, and it depends too. You know, studio we're live. You know, we're on the air. You know, we're recording straight to mic, but we're good. But I definitely would test them in the studio too, just to see.
Oh yeah.
But back on the security points. We had talked in the last episode. We were talking about security, or was it this episode? We were talking about security with celebrities.
Security code 4. We're going to talk about security every episode.
Yeah, that one. That I know we were talking about some of the celebrities and guards.
Oh yeah.
And that's an experience for a lot of bodyguards. I did bodyguard works. I did a lot of loss prevention work. I did so many different types of security over the years.
Oh yeah.
I have no idea how I'm not Lord of the Rings when it comes to security right at this point. But I do want to get out more in the advisory point. You know, I've worked as a supervisor on several posts with several companies, but I'm at that stage now where I'm ready to go out here and do some consultation.
Yeah, you know, and there's a lot of money in that. You know, consulting, that's a lot of money.
A lot of years of it. And I want to talk more directly to the guards too. Get the training. There's Marshall Academy. There's several academies out there. I was pulling up some lists. Maybe the next show I'll do that. I was looking at the list. We have a lot of places to go get extra training. If you want a security company and you want to come on the air, send us an email, give us a shout out, and we'll talk to you, see if you'll, right. We will have you on. I have some call-ins and some adventure guys that they were lined up when I told them about the show.
Oh yeah. Well, I got a guy. He's coming in from New York. My best friend went to high school.
Yeah.
He does bouncing, and that's security too. He does.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. He does bouncing over in New York.
Yeah.
And that guy gets into a fight.
What club is he at?
He does like 3 different ones.
Now that's a high risk security job. Clubs, because there's always going to be somebody that can't handle the alcohol.
Oh yeah.
There's always going to be that one person
Especially
that can't do it.
He's there till like 5 a.m. Can you imagine? That's
Ooh,
when.
What kind of club is that?
No, in New York, the limit is 5 a.m.
It is.
Yeah. So like,
I'm old school. After 2, I'm done.
Yeah, when he comes here, we're drinking and the bar's closed. He's like, "What are you talking about? We go to this place. Let's go to another bar." He's like, "No, LA, they all close it." Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
You're an underground party.
You better have some beer at your house because this is bullshit. I want to drink.
Yeah, the one we did with Snoop Dogg and Tyrese and all of them.
Yeah. You were talking about it.
Yeah, that gig lasted till 4. Put it this way, I didn't know there was a crowd like that. There are people that party till 4 in the morning. 5.
Snoop Dogg, he has Snoop Dogg. He owns a club over there by the Staples Center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's the only one allowed to smoke pot in that club because he owns the fucking club.
Same issue with the other party.
Yeah.
There was a crowd of people, and it's like there was 2 people. They were saying 2 of the biggest people in 2 of the biggest smokers in the hip hop world was there, Wiz Khalifa and Snoop, and it was so funny. I heard Tyrese Givens say, the guy from Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh my gosh, how am I supposed to have a party where I tell these guys don't smoke, or take it outside, don't smoke inside? We got 2 of the biggest smokers in America, and when all the security was just rolling on
You
that
look like
one,
a hypocrite, yeah.
Yeah, man, because it was kind of like and then everybody know, okay, take it outside. You want to smoke, go out back. There's an area for all you smokers.
Yeah, could you imagine doing security for Cheech and Chong or something like that?
Yeah, okay. So now you go outside and you're getting buzzed from the contact.
Yeah.
You're not even. You're not even. You're hot. You might as well be standing there smoking with them because it's so much. But the laws have changed on marijuana, so
That doesn't
chronic,
mean
whatever you call it, bud.
I still think that there's nothing wrong with marijuana, I suppose, but I still think you should not be taking marijuana and working security.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because
you too mellow. Now see the difference between PCP or just wild drugs and the weed heads are gonna be real calm and cool. Versus you got these guys on this acid or whatever, X or whatever they're on, and they losing it.
Yeah.
But you're not qualified to be on the job.
I had a guy, one of my guards. You could tell he was stoned. I'd see him on camera. He'd go to the vending machine like every other minute, and he just had a backpack filled with snacks.
Right.
And I knew this guy was stoned. His eyes were red, and you could smell it on him.
He's working security?
Yeah. And I told him, but he's working security, but he's working I think he was working midnight to 8 a.m. No, he was working, 4 to midnight. That's right. And so so I'd see him and he was high as a fucking kite.
Wow.
And I told them, but no one wanted to do anything. One, because the guy did his job and why risk it? But I knew if you tested him.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they got, I think most security companies, you want to get serious about your job, and depending on the location, but you want to get serious when you're doing a lot of public. You want to have your people tested.
Oh, yeah.
You want to make sure that they not about to get you sued. As a supervisor, you can get sued if you knew that this guy was on drugs. They'll come to you and say,
that's true.
This guy just did da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Didn't you know you're supposed to be a supervisor? You didn't know that. Now you lose your job and you may get fired depending on whatever he does.
Right.
So it's a domino effect of consequences that a lot of people probably don't want to deal with. I've seen it happen on me.
Oh, yeah.
Secured posts. I've seen it happen. And I try to give a warning if I smell it. You get alcohol involved.
Oh, I got a story. One of the workers where I was at, you could smell the marijuana in his locker. And I went to all the employees that were there and I said, look, inside the locker, someone has marijuana. I need you guys to get rid of it.
Potheads.
Yeah, I need you guys to get rid of it because if you don't, I need you to get rid of it. Throw it in your car. If you don't have a car, then you're going to have to throw it away. But I can't smell it in there because I'm going to start opening up the lockers and I'm going to find out where.
Right.
Because it was smell like my guard there was getting a contact high.
Right.
So I mean, it was really strong. So then, like after I gave that speech, I went to the bathroom. I came out, and then the guy's right there, and he's he's talking to my guard, and she's telling me, he says that it's his marijuana. And he's like, yeah, I got to come clean. It's my marijuana. He's like, well, just get rid of it. I'm off now. But yeah, it was my marijuana. I was like, okay, well, just get rid of it.
I had that problem. The parks were
you know what that guy did?
Kids there and there.
You know what that guy did? Yeah. He called his boss to say that it was his marijuana, and I'm sorry about that and everything like that.
Really?
Yeah, and the boss fired him. And he asked me, he called me up, and I had to write an incident report on the whole thing.
Wow.
And I just wanted the guy to just get it out of there. You know, I wasn't going to turn him in, but
keep it at home.
Yeah, he brought that on himself.
Or wherever you go to smoke, be professional. Yeah. That's what anything. Security guys, be professional. We need you out there professional. We don't need guys coming in drunk and high on duty.
Oh, yeah.
When it goes down, what are you going to do? You know?
Yeah, you got to be sharp. And besides, it's only 8 hours.
Right,
It's 8 hours. As soon as you're off, go to a bar. Go have fun. Go buy a 6-pack and hang out and drink. I don't care.
Right.
But, I mean, you're there to do a job. You might as well give it the best, Impress people.
Right.
Right?
I'm pushing for that. I'm pushing for that. Advisory board for security.
I expect you guys to do your best because you have it in you guys. I know you do. I mean, geez. I mean, if you actually took the time to look up this podcast because you're in security, then you have some compassion for security and you get it. And you took that time to do that, then you can take the time to do your job well. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's some people out there that probably don't give a damn, but Powerman MC gives a damn. Security code 4.
Yeah. Well, it's been an hour, so I'm going to say it's time to end this episode. I want to thank all our listeners out there. Really appreciate you guys, like I said, taking the time to actually listen to us ramble on about anything. I know we got a little off topic a little bit there, but we still, at the end, we came back to security, and that's what it's about here. And once again, if you have any questions, you can email me at vrivera@securitycode4.com. And Powerman, he's at Powerman MC at securitycode4.com.
Code 4.
Yes, any question you have, email us. We'd love to answer them, please. And thanks again.
Girl, do you want to shake something?
Yeah.
You want a man that can make something?
Yeah.
Don't be scared, shorty, break something.
Yeah.
All my dogs to chase cats say, hell yeah.
In the club, get a love from a shorty. Get a crump, let it bounce, get naughty. You know just how I like it. You just get me so excited.
We walked to the club about 5 to 10. Now we're up to security and dad some friends. Took a seat by the bar, count the dividends. Big smile on my grill cause they Benjamin. Waitress on my side said she had the gin. I was like, that's cool, but I'll take some hints.
Code 4 Management, its sponsors, and its goat farm would like to sincerely apologize for whatever the hell just happened. To security guards, uncensored, raw, and personal. Find Security Code 4 with Victor Rivera and Powerman MC at securitycode4.com.